Okay, so now we're going to take a look at Buzzsumo. This should go much faster because if you've already watched the ad beat video, then the process involved in this is very similar. Buzzsumo is also another website that can track stories across the internet, but it searches a little differently. Rather than by network, you can search by a keyword, topic, or a domain. So I have Viral Nova in here. Oh, by the way, if you go to buzzsumo.com, all you got to do is sign up. It's free for 14 days. You can use your email or make one up or a throwaway one. I have like 10 different junk emails that I use for stuff like this. And then after 14 days, your trial's up. They'll say, you want to buy the pro version? You say no, and then you just use another email and sign back up. But we won't have to worry about that right now. Just know that it can be done. So once you get on here, you can search by website here. So Viral Nova's already in there. Okay, so these stories come up. What we want to pay attention to is Facebook shares and then overall total shares. It seems like these are very different, like depending on where you search. Let me just give you an example. I'll go to BuzzFeed real quick. Usually these are very high. So yeah, first one on BuzzFeed, 21 things you know only if you've been best friends for 10 years. That got 1.1 million shares on Facebook, as opposed to, say, a story on, let's go to Bored Panda and check it out. Oh, wow, okay, 1.2 million, ancient trees. All right, let's try another site. Let's go back to Viral Nova. Oh, goodness, okay. Okay, Viral Nova. So let me show you what I did with this. I already did this story here. I did a few of these, but we'll use this as an example. Now, this story is going to be different from that story I did that I showed you on AdBeat that I did about the how to stay young. This one here that I chose to do, let's take a look at it. This is a very specific story. It's about a guy who started building models, and he started photographing his models and his little towns and everything he made. And it turned into this like lifelong passion of his. So all these pictures are very specific. I mean, they're pictures he's taken. And they actually look real. They look like a little town. So you get to this one, and you can tell, it's just it's very good photography and very excellent modeling work. So I was like, wow, this is a really cool story. And there he is, overlooking everything. So basically what I did was, I think there's about 30 or 40 or 50 pictures in this whole thing. There's a lot. I picked about 25 or so really good ones, and then I added captions. I totally made up my own things for that. And then I didn't write anything, I didn't put captions underneath, excuse me. I put subheadings similar to this, a sentence or two at the most, and then I didn't put anything under the picture. So let's go see if we can look at that in Danger, because that's where I posted it. And we're going to have to click back here a couple times. This man wanted to travel to the past. Okay, so that's what I did. Changed the title. Started out with a little intro. And then I just started going with the pictures. So the first picture I put up was different than the first picture Viral Nova put up. And that's important too, because we want to be different. Even in every little way we can be different, we want to be. And so what I also did was I numbered these. So I put 1, and then here's the subheading and picture, and notice there's no caption. Now, this was one of the first ones I did before I realized that we were going to start doing 4 to a page. So that's why this looks different. Pay no attention to that. There's going to be, though, most likely in the future, and for every one we do, they'll probably going to be 4 to a page. So this is just one of the early ones I did that I may have to go back and fix, but for now it's okay. So I just want to give you an idea, though. This is how this is set up. And I went ahead and used pictures from that post because they're specific to this post. I can't really go and change these out. Besides, it's a very specific story about this guy and his hobby. So that's why all these pictures are the same, but I kind of reordered them, wrote different subheadings, and kind of gave it just a slightly different tweak on that. That's why these specific ones are a little more difficult to change so much because of that. But let me give you an example of something else. So that's Viral Nova. If we go to BuzzFeed, the good thing about a lot of articles on BuzzFeed, like this one on Friends Forever, is sometimes BuzzFeed and other websites, this is just an article. So not every point here is going to have a photo to it. Well, okay, I lied. So this post does. Bad example. Let's go find a different one. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I know what the problem was. It was Elite Daily that I was thinking of as a website that doesn't have a lot of photos with their articles. At least not the ones on here that I'm finding. So let's take a look at one that doesn't have a lot of photos. "18 qualities every alpha woman should look for in a boyfriend." I got 362,000 shares on Facebook. That's awesome. Since January. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so it kind of looks like the stuff we do. Title, picture, author, intro, and then she's got a picture there. I guess she defined alpha female. And then her article. And then here are her points. So what I would do with this is I'd look at the title, 18 qualities every alpha woman should look for in a boyfriend, and figure out, what do I want to change that to? Okay, so every 18 qualities every alpha woman should look for in a boyfriend. How about we make it 20 qualities? Well, no, we don't even want to use the same word. Okay, so maybe we would go with something like 20 things every man should do for his girlfriend, or 20 ways that you'll know the man you're dating is a keeper. Something along those lines. I'm kind of at a loss right now, but we'd want to change this, obviously, to something totally different. Not going to use this picture at all. And then we'd go down, we'd read this article, we'd look at her points here. He's someone who can tease you and also be teased. We'll read what she has to say, and if we like this point, we'll totally rework it into what we want it to be. Basically, just like we do with the other stuff. Same idea, totally different words though. He challenges you. Okay, so we'll go down, we'll look at the list. She's got how many? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18. That's right, duh. It said 18 qualities. Okay, so basically you would come up with 16 to 20, let's say, that you're gonna pitch the idea that we'll change the title and do 20 qualities or 20 things a man should do, that kind of thing. And then we would add pictures with all of these points. And that would be one of the huge things that we could do to make all these posts that don't have pictures totally different and totally unique to what we want. And so basically that's kind of the gist of using Buzzsumo. Totally the same process and idea of what we do with AdBeat, but just search by website or keyword. News, sports. Sometimes this is a little obscure, but it's interesting. You just kind of got to look around and see what's getting hits. Krispy Kreme donut dog is as amazingly awesome as you think. Somehow that came up under sports. Okay, well, let's take a look. It's on uprocks.com. I don't know what that is. It got 345,000 shares since March. You really just got to look at these. Okay, so it's a donut with a hot dog and bacon? I don't know. There's not even a picture. Okay, so if we were going to do something, if we were going to use this, obviously this is kind of a, bland title, or, I mean, it's very specific. Obviously this was like a one-off little thing, but we could still get an idea from this. This still got a lot of shares. So maybe we would do Krispy Kreme bacon. How about we would do like 10 or 16 of the most insane, concoctions that fast food restaurants have come up with. You could put the new Carl's Jr. hot dog and potato chip burger on there, the bacon crust pizza from Little Caesars, stuff like that. That's how we would take a post like this and make it better, add pictures, and gear it towards men or women. Yeah, so even something as silly as this. Well, that's right, Uprock Sports. Okay, that's why I came up. But even something as silly as this, we can think about and see what we can do with, how we can change it around. So that's basically the gist of Buzzsumo. Like I said, it's real easy. You just search for names or websites. Look over here for the links. We want to kind of stay in the, anything above 100,000 hits is good. We really like the ones in the millions, but, sometimes you kind of just, certain websites and certain things don't have a lot, but we can always look at them and try to make them better. So that's basically the pitch process. Same thing as AdBeat, but that was Buzzsumo.